Hello, my name is Brian Klein. I'm 36 years old and I'm a pediatric cancer survivor. I've known Jeff Castelliz for the better part of the last 10 years in the music industry and management. And I also have a band that I manage named Fits and the Tantrums that is signed to Danger Bird. In 1983, it was about this time of the year, I started experiencing pain in my stomach, and we weren't quite sure what it was. It would kind of come and go for weeks, and I just remember staying home from school a lot and kind of just being in pain. And I started going to my pediatrician to see what the problem could have been. And this is one day I woke up and it just wouldn't go away. So my mom took me for some tests at Yale New Haven Hospital and found out that there was a tumor in my stomach, my large intestine, and it needed to be operated on that day. And it was we found out later on it was called Burkitt's lymphoma, which I think at the time, and maybe even now, it's a pretty rare form of cancer. But I just remember the first thought was I was really scared about having surgery, and all I wanted to do was go home. And I'd been off of solid foods for a couple weeks, and all I wanted was a pizza or an Egg McMuffin, and kind of lost it for that first day and tore the room apart. Finally, submitted and decided that I'm just going to listen to the doctors and figure out what the next move was going to be, and decided that day that from there on out it was going to be day by day, and I was just going to get through it. And I think the one thing that really helped was that I didn't believe at that time, and maybe no one told me that I was going to lose my life or anything like that. So I kept pretty positive and had a lot of support from my family and friends. I was 9 years old at the time, and like I said, just really kind of lived it day by day. So I got through surgery and felt like that was like the real first big part of kind of getting through it. And from there, just the recovery took several months. And I was in the hospital for about 2.5 weeks. And remember, it was through Thanksgiving. And that was a big deal. We had to cancel Thanksgiving that year. My parents stayed with me every night. And luckily, there was a way for them to do that. I had a cot put in the room, and it was either my mom or my dad stayed overnight, and I can't imagine what it was like for them to go through that. But it really helped me get through it. The year was was coming to a close, and I had to go back to school, and I was going through chemotherapy, and I remember I was really scared to go back, but I had, a lot of support from friends, faculty at school, my parents, and started losing my hair. And I ended up really grabbing on the music. I feel like at that point, that's kind of where I decided that was one thing that helped heal me. I was wearing my Motley Crue hat, my Van Halen hat, my Twisted Sister hat, and listened to all those bands that helped me kind of escape any of the reality that was going on in my life. I remember my cousin bought me a Walkman when I was in the hospital, and that thing didn't leave my side for months. I really feel like that's kind of where my connection to music came from, and probably why I do what I do now. So I remember going back for checkups every month, every couple months, and then it was every 6 months. And then I remember kind of graduating to every year, which just put me further and further away from it. And, I kind of live my life now, sometimes forgetting that it even happened. And, it rarely comes up in my life unless, something like the Pablove Foundation, something I can connect with and, understand a little bit more about what I went through now looking back, from when I was 9 years old. I've run into certain problems over the years just getting health insurance, and hopefully that'll end in the next couple of years. But, I've been uninsurable in a lot of cases where my rates were really high based on having a history like this. But I've managed to kind of squeak by and get insurance through different employers or companies along the years. I don't know. It's really hard for me to kind of put this on a video and really kind of explain what I've gone through, especially since I don't feel as connected to it as I used to. But I'll say that, what Pablove Foundation does, the support that they give other parents, other kids going through this, it's definitely, one of the main reasons why I kind of got through what I did, because I had the similar support, and maybe my parents didn't have other parents to talk to, which I think would have probably helped them a lot. I think what Jeff and Joanna are doing, and everybody at Pablove, it's an amazing organization, and I'm happy to do this video for them and for you guys, and let you know that I'm 36 years old. I'll be 37 in January, and I feel like I'm living a normal life.